at the mall.
Ugh.
Every year we hear stories of people getting hurt by crowds of people when they're out shopping for the holidays.
So what can you do? Attorney Lawyer Twillie of LA Law is here now to talk a little bit more about this. Yeah, we hear, we get the crazy scenarios of people rushing the gates to try to get in. They're typically more when there were early deals and they were open Thanksgiving morning at 6 a.m. and people were rushing the doors.
Right.
So I would just think you just go your own way if you're injured, but you're saying not necessarily.
Not necessarily. In an instance like that, and we kind of talked about this the other day, the store that has that deal needs to know that that is a potential thing that's going to happen.
Right, properly with security, crowd control, and things
security.
like that.
So if you're going to have a sale and you know there's 600 people lined up, you need to make sure that it's safe for everybody. So you hire extra security, crowd control. And you got to have enough of it too to make sure that you can handle 600 people out there, and that's on the business.
That is on the business.
That's on the business.
Okay.
I mean, it's on us to be reasonable. I mean, we have to be reasonable.
Right. So that's the other thing is you want people just to be aware and be careful because the best thing would be prevention. And I'm seeing lines back up onto exits. You got to be more aware. People are texting.
Yes.
There's all kinds of stuff. Even just getting to the mall, there's been a lot of traffic, but people may be avoiding those shipping delays.
That's right. Yeah. Just you got to be aware. Don't be me. Don't be the last minute shopper. I'm going to be one of those people out there. Don't be me. Take your time. Try not to be distracted. Be focused and be aware of what's going on around you. Really, I was driving out by the mall just last night, and it wasn't too late, but somebody on a bicycle of all things. It's dark, wearing dark clothing.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
Yeah,
to be doing that.
Just gotta be careful.
In that instance, who's responsible? God forbid you.
That would have been on me.
It would have been on you.
That would have been on me.
If you hit a biker or something like that.
It could. Listen, at the end of the day, both of us would have shared some responsibility, but an insurance company would have said, or another lawyer like me would have said, hey, you're in a bigger vehicle, you have headlights. Before you make that turn, you need to be aware.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready to make a left-hand turn, and a biker on my side of the street just came up the block. No lights on, nothing flashing, wearing all dark clothing. But still, that would have been on me. Fortunately, I was going slow.
Let's go back to the crowd scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody departs. You don't get a name. You don't get a face.
Yeah.
What's the first step that you should do?
You need to. I mean, obviously, it depends on how badly you're injured.
Right.
But if you're not injured so badly, you need to report it to the store. That way, there's a record of it.
Okay. So first thing you do is report it to the store.
Report on the store.
Or mall security if it happens in the middle of the mall.
Correct. You want an independent third party to get involved. And at that point, everybody's on notice that there's a potential claim. And so video needs to be held, statements need to be taken. And so that sort of starts the process.
Okay.
That's the first thing you need to do. And obviously, if you're injured badly, you need to take care of yourself. The other thing is if there's anything that needs to be photographed, so let's say you tripped over a metal piece, or there was a pallet left in the aisle, or a box was left out there, or a box fell.
Mm-hmm.
I have a case right now where a box fell on a woman
wow.
while they were trying to stack up and package a shelf. You need to take pictures if you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and also, this is interesting when you gave us some background on this. 21,000 children under the age of 5 are taken to emergency rooms related to shopping carts every year?
Yeah, various ways that can happen. Defective carts that are damaged in some ways, and so putting a child in a cart, they can get cut, legs get cut, arms get crushed, hands get crushed. People with kids, let's say you're walking with a toddler and you come around the corner with a cart, they're getting hit with carts. I mean, that's just carelessness. You just got to slow down.
Yeah,
really.
what
and
about
be aware.
Parents' responsibility here? They let the kids stand up in the cart.
Yeah, that's another one.
Does that become the store's fault?
No, that's a parental issue.
Okay.
I mean, there are probably, I wouldn't take that kind of case. There may be some out there that would, but there's no way I would take that case. They may say that the cart wasn't designed in a way that would prevent a child from standing up, and I'm not going down that path.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Okay,
so really, you want to. It could depend. If you were injured, you had a client who wrote you and said, oh my gosh, my daughter got hurt. My first concern was her, but is there anything I can do? Sometimes there might be, so you want to make sure you report that to the manager. Yep. Just see how things go, and at least preserve what was there to determine if maybe there would be some liability.
Correct, and that's the whole point. So by reporting, you preserve. By taking photographs, you preserve. and then obviously you can contact a lawyer.
All right.
Thanks, lawyer.
Well, contact lawyer Twillie. We thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
The website?
At LALawCT.com.
LALawCT.com. LALawCT.com. He's a nice guy, too, and he wears great bow ties.
And his name is Lawyer.
And his
so-
name is Lawyer.